Hi YouTube, I'm Taylor. Welcome to Ginger Next Door. Today's video is going to be basically a roundup of my absolute favorite drugstore products that I would recommend for beginners. If you were starting a makeup kit, these are the items I would say are your essentials. Or if you already are a makeup lover and you already know all the things that you like, these are just some of my favorite drugstore products. Okay, so everything that I mention in this video is what is on my face currently. This is what I used to get ready this morning. So I'm just going to basically start from the beginning in order of what to apply. Okay, my absolute favorite face primer is from NYX. This is the Angel Veil Primer. I feel like this works wonderfully for more oily to combination skin. If you're fairly dry, this might be a little bit too dry for you, but I love this for oily to combination skin. This helps to smooth everything out. It fills in pores. It's just all around really good. It's not super sticky. It doesn't give you like a weird texture to your face at all. I absolutely love it. Something that I really love about this is that you don't have to use a ton of this product, so this little tube lasts you a really long time even if you're using it daily, because you only need the tiniest amount to spread onto your entire face before your foundation, so I love that. The next thing is something that is completely optional, but it's a step that I do every single day no matter what makeup I'm doing, and that is an under eye corrector. I basically use this underneath my foundation so that I don't have to use a concealer. A lot of days if I'm feeling lazy and don't want to do that extra step of concealer, this works wonders on dark circles. Basically the way that it works is when you have a dark circle under your under eyes, the peach is what helps to neutralize that area, and then you don't have to like pile as much foundation or concealer under your under eyes to help hide those dark circles. So this is a lifesaver. I love it. Okay, and then for foundation, my absolute favorite foundation from the drugstore is actually a BB cream. This is the Maybelline BB cream. They actually have two different formulas of this. They have the anti-aging one, which has pomegranate and an SPF in it, and then they have the acne clearing one that has salicylic acid in it. The formula was very similar within each of them, but the other one had salicylic in it, which really helps to clear my acne spots. So since this is a BB cream, it does have very light coverage. It can build up to about a medium coverage, but I prefer something that is a little bit more close to like feeling like my natural skin on days when I don't have acne spots and things like that. Otherwise, I do like a more full coverage foundation, but this is the one that I go for 9 days out of 10. And then the next product that I would absolutely recommend if you don't already use one is a setting powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I've been using this for a couple of months and I'm absolutely in love with it. I have never found something from the drugstore that is a loose powder that works as well as this one does. Makeup Revolution loose setting powder was a very close second, but I wanted to narrow this down to like my absolute, like these are the essentials, and this was it for me. The reason that I like this so much, and I actually need to put a little bit more on, I was out in the sun and so now I'm a little bit dewier on my forehead than I would like to be, but I love this because it sets my under eyes really well and it doesn't cause any creasing under there, and it also doesn't feel super heavy or cakey on my face. I also have noticed that this is great even when I have days where I have little dry patches. I tend to get really dry like around my nose and on my chin. This one I have noticed does not stick to those areas, so I feel like no matter what skin type you have, this is a really good finishing powder, whether you're more dry or more oily. And then next is a product I'm sure you've heard about many times, and that is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I absolutely love this bronzer. It's amazing, plus it smells incredible. I love this bronzer because I feel like it has the perfect undertone for a bronzer. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's right in the middle. And I like this because it has a slight like glisten to it. It's not shimmery, there's not glitter in it, but it just has like some kind of little sheen that comes through that's just really pretty and makes your skin just look really glowy and healthy, especially for those of us who are very pale. And then next up, of course, is blush. This is another one from Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Blushes. I absolutely love these. They're insanely pigmented and they have that same kind of sheeny formula to them. Something that I absolutely love and what makes these my absolute top choice for bronzer and blushes from the drugstore. They're very pigmented and they blend out in a way that is like a cream formula but without being cream, if that makes sense. It's crazy. Science, you guys. I don't know. And then of course we can't forget highlight. The Wet n Wild highlighting powder, this is in the shade Precious Petals. I love this. It's a rose goldy, beautiful color. This is a drugstore highlighter that I absolutely love because it doesn't have chunky glitter or weird shimmer flecks in it. So it's not too much. This is what I have on my face, like I mentioned, when wearing everything that I'm talking about. All of the highlighters from Wet n Wild that I've tried I've absolutely loved. This one just is my top choice. Okay, and then for eyebrows, I did not have the exact pencil that I would have liked to use for this video. I thought that I had one and I did not have one in my drawer. So pretend, maybe I'll put a picture of it here, pretend I'm holding the L'Oreal Brow Definer. It's the one that has the super fine tip point. It reminds me a lot of the Anastasia pencil. It is the absolute hands down best drugstore brow product I've ever used. It's very pigmented, it's creamy, and I don't feel like you have to use a ton of it so you don't go through it super quickly. Brow pencils are something that I feel like I go through like the fastest of all of my makeup because I use them every single day and I have to do quite a bit of work because my brows are very blonde and very sparse. So having a brow product that's from the drugstore that works wonderfully is so important to me because, like I said, that's the thing that I go through the most. I don't want to have to be spending $25 to $30 to get a new brow product like every 2 months. Another one that is a very close second for me is the ColourPop. This is their ColourPop Brow Boss. This is another one that has like that super fine tip. This one's not quite as pigmented. I have to go over it a few more times than I do the L'Oreal one. That's what I have in my eyebrows right now. But the L'Oreal one is like hands down my absolute favorite. So just like I absolutely cannot live without my Pixie under eye corrector, I cannot live without my Maybelline Lash Sensational. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I talk about this all the freaking time. I have used this mascara for years. I have tried so many, and all of the super popular high-end ones that everybody raves about, I always end up going back to this one. While this is my absolute ride or die favorite drugstore product of all time, this is my absolute favorite mascara of all time. I will pick it over literally anything. It does not run, it does not smudge, it's not waterproof, but it is water resistant, so it's not going to just run all over your face the second that you have like a drop of rain or a tear fall from your eye. I love it. If you haven't tried it, go try it. Plus it's like less than $10 and your girl likes a good deal. Okay, and then I have another Maybelline product that I absolutely recommend over any other drugstore things. There's a L'Oreal one that's creeping up to a close second, but the Maybelline lipsticks are my absolute favorite no matter what formula, no matter what color. I have tried so many different ones. I love the Maybelline lipsticks so much. They are all very pigmented, they're all very creamy and easy to wear. The ones that are supposed to be sheer have a beautiful wash of color. The ones that are supposed to be matte stay matte but without being super drying. Less than $10 and they're just, I love them. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to talk to you about is this beautiful, amazing palette that's really, really dirty because I love it a lot and use it a lot. Sorry, palette. So the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette is my absolute favorite palette I think that I own. If I had to pick one, that I had to use forever, this is what it would be. Here's why. A, it's very, very affordable, especially for the quality. And I feel this way about any of the Morphe eyeshadow palettes. So aside from the fact that I absolutely love the person that created this palette, I love that I have basically every color combination that I would possibly need. I used all of the very neutral shades today because I didn't want to have anything too crazy for this video. This is something that is really good for someone who is a seasoned makeup artist or someone who is a beginner, because instead of having to buy a bunch of different palettes to play around with different color combinations and figure out what you like, you can buy one palette and have all these different options. So if you're feeling like you want to play with color, you have those choices down here. And then you have a lot of really good shimmer eyeshadow options as well. And then every single palette in the world needs to have a black matte eyeshadow in it, and this one does. So for me, 10 out of 10, this is like my hands down absolute favorite essential palette. In next week's beauty video, I will be posting about my absolute favorite essential brushes. Brushes can be extremely overwhelming whether you are a beginner or not. So again, just like with this video where this was a very good beginner makeup kit, and also just some of my favorites for no matter what level of makeup artist you are, that brush video will kind of be the same thing. Just my absolute favorite daily essential brushes that I always use that are also really good to work with if you are a beginner. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that one next week, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.